So we discussed in the last video about how I made a huge mistake with the Scag SWZT36 walk behind. And I should have bought a stander in the first place. I know everybody told me, we've been over this. The point is, the Scag does awesome. That thing cuts awesome, it drives awesome, it is just an awesome machine. So why am I having a problem? The problem is, it's hard to get in and out of tight spaces. It's hard to maneuver in tight spaces. Getting into smaller areas, which is the reason I need it for, is to get through smaller gates, and a lot of my properties have small gates but bigger backyards, so I needed something better, faster, more efficient than the Toro Time Master 30. And that's why I got the 36. But the problem is, some of these backyards, a good chunk of them, have small gates and then kind of smaller backyards, and it is creating a problem because in those tight spaces with flower beds back there, porches, I don't know, sheds, this and that, everything combined, it's just hard to maneuver in really tight areas. So that posed a problem. Another problem it's posing is on this trailer, it's only a 16-foot trailer, and getting it up to the front, even with changing the Velke, I thought the Pro Slide would make it a little easier. It did, but then I didn't like the Pro Slide, just regular mowing with it. Getting it up in the front, you got to kind of forward, back to get it tucked into the front enough to get the other two mowers on there and still have room to close the gate. So what do? I looked around, like I mentioned, I'm not going to go over all this again, but I mentioned my whole dilemma with trying to find a 36 or a 32-inch standard mower. It's just, they're non-existent. If they are, people want a ton of money for them that have a ton of hours on them and they're beat to hell. And so I was starting to give up. But after I made that video the other night, I told you in the video I contacted my dealer about trading the walk behind back in towards the stander. The stander would have been like $8,000, whereas the walk behind was $5,000. And he just never answered me back. I didn't think he would do the deal, but I thought he'd at least answer me back, and he didn't. So I started searching that night, and this is what I found. So while I was searching on Facebook Marketplace, I found a guy that listed 2 standers for sale, and it showed a picture of a 52, or what I thought was a 52, ended up being a 42, and so I clicked the link, and this machine was on there. So this is, I'm not even sure the year. He bought a company from a guy, and he mowed for a year or two with it, and he stopped doing it, and now for the last 4 years, he's been using the 42 Wright stander to mow his own lawn, and he stuck this one in storage, and that's where it has sat for the last 3 to 4 years. So this is a 32-inch Wright stander. It has the fixed deck, no big deal. Most of my backyards that I would need this on anyway, I cut them all at the same height. But you can just drive one side of it up on the ramp and pop the pin out the top, move the spacers up and down. You can change the height of the deck. You can also do it with the spacers on the blades, but whatever's easiest, right? So anyway, he was selling this stander. So here's the deal with this stander. It is in great shape. The pad's not worn, not ripped, cut, torn, nothing like that. The tires are like brand new. The paint looks really good on it still. It only has 365.2 hours on it. Barely any hours. The air cleaner cover is smashed right here and broken. I ordered a new one last night. It was like $22 on Amazon. So that's no big deal. It has a 17 horse Kawasaki. It has the pull start as a backup, but it is key start. So you don't need the pull start unless you're having an issue, then you can still pull start it. But anyway, I guess there was an issue at one time where they cracked the tank. They hit it into something, so they patched it with fiberglass. It does not leak at all. I'll probably just shoot it with some black spray paint just to clean it up. It doesn't leak, so I'm not worried about replacing it. It has that deflector on it, which will be coming off, and I will be pulling the power chute off of this mower if it's long enough. I'm not sure. If not, then I'm going to have to change that, but I'm pretty sure it should work. I'm going to pull it off and stick it on this one because that is now going to go up for sale. It has 2.9 hours on it, but I'm going to sell it with the original deflector on it, which I have laying around here somewhere. I think it's over there. But the original one deflector will go back on it. I'm going to leave the two-wheel Velke on it, and that thing will be sold. And I'm going to leave the weight kit on it as well, because I think that machine is useless without it. But he said that he thinks it might need a battery eventually. The battery seems fine to me. We'll see what happens after running it for a little bit. And he said it might need a deck belt. But other than that, it is in really good shape. So there's a set of regular blades on it now. He gave me a set of medium lift blades, and he gave me a set of Gator mulching blades. Even the hydros on it look brand new. All the lines look brand new. Everything looks new. I mean, this machine is, like I said, 365 hours. There's barely any hours on this as far as a mower goes. Yeah, it's in great shape, and it is so compact, it is ridiculous. It's so tiny front to back. Okay, lengthways this way, front to back, versus that machine lengthways. Huge, huge difference. This thing is, I measured it last night, and I can't remember exactly what it was, but it's almost like 2 to 2.5 feet shorter than that machine. It makes it super simple for backing up and then just swinging the front end over, tucking it right up in the corner. So I think I'm really going to like this. Oh, plus it came with a 6.2 jumbo accelerator. Actually, I don't think that's the 6.2. No, that's a smaller one, because I have the 6.2 over there, which is definitely bigger. So this is a smaller one, the 4.8 maybe. Maybe it is. I don't know. It does kind of look like that 6.2. But anyway, it's got a few dings in it, but otherwise it's not bad. So that's in pretty good shape. So I got the machine, 365 hours on that 32. I got the 2 sets of blades. They're not in the best shape, but I can clean them up and fix them up. And the jumbo accelerator. So what did I pay? I paid $2,500. Smoking deal. I practically stole this machine. This guy is selling the other stander too, which is a 42, same style. He's selling that one too. He's moving to Florida, and he's gonna mow some lawns in Florida, I guess, too, when he gets there, but he's just gonna buy new mowers when he gets there. He doesn't want to take them with him. So I got this machine for $2,500. The way it sits, with the jumbo, or with the accelerator, and the extra 2 sets of blades, plus the set of blades that are on it. I don't think I did bad at all. I think it's going to be a huge game changer for me. And between the V-Ride 2 52, the X-Mark Laser Z X Series 52, and that 32 right there, I think that is going to be a killer setup. This is like the ultimate attack setup. There's nothing that I can't cut with this setup. Okay, a couple small setbacks. So I got the blades off of that Wright stander. They're just like medium lift kind of junk blades. I threw the Gator blades on there that the guy gave me with it. They were all messed up. They're almost blunt. So I ran them through the RBG 712, and I got them to a perfect 30-degree angle, nice and sharp. I figured for small areas, I want to mulch it up anyway. So that's what I put on there. Then I went to fill the fuel tank up. Come to find out, that sucker does leak if you go past half a tank. So in the meantime, rubber flex. They say you can spray this stuff on like chimneys, you can spray it on leaking water pipes and spray it on there, and it'll stop the leak even though water's coming through it. The commercials show they put it on a screen door and put it in the bottom of a boat and it seals it. I don't know. Does this stuff really work? I don't know. Is it going to work up against fuel? Probably not. I don't know. But I ran to the dealer, and that tank is $373, and I got to order it. So for $373, I'm going to try everything I can first before I go replacing that tank. Also, the air filter, I grabbed one of them and a pre-cleaner filter while I was there, and I grabbed a new deck belt because while I was screwing around with it, this is the deck belt. So you guys can see that. Big old chunk taken out of it. And there's a nice little crack in it right there. So the deck belt's all screwed up. But when I tested it out yesterday and I mowed a little patch with it before I bought it off the guy, it mowed great. The blades kicked in fine. but he said the deck belt is going to need to be replaced soon, and that's probably why. So I know me, and I know my luck, and I'll get to the first damn lawn to use that on today, and that son of a bitch will snap. So I changed that out. Has a new deck belt on it now. It should be good to go. I sprayed that stuff on. It's pretty much dried up. So we'll see how that holds up for now, but I will search for a deck. I searched for a fuel tank. I searched all over eBay. Can't find one. Figured I'd find somebody selling a used one somewhere. I did look on Amazon, and they have one made by Flambeau, the same company that makes gas tanks for boats. And it looks almost identical to that, only the fuel comes out the top instead of the bottom. No big deal. I can change the fuel line. There's plenty of room to rerun it, just like another 6-7 inches. And they have a 5-gallon or a 6-gallon. This is supposed to be a 5-gallon, and that 5-gallon is $86. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. We'll see if this leaks. If it leaks, I'm going to order that tank probably, and I'll just make that work. Unless one of you guys have one on an old junk mower that's broke down you want to send me, then by all means, send away. But Billy and I did work really late last night. We got our whole Tuesday list done. So today is Tuesday. My plan is to work on the Wednesday list and get that knocked out today, because they're calling for like 1 to 3 inches of snow tomorrow. Ridiculous. Nothing's going to stick. It's not going to stay here. It's been too warm. But either way, it probably will rain all day and we won't be able to mow. So I want to get done everything I can today. So now it's like 11 o'clock, starting way later than I expected. But anyway, let's go get something done. Okay, so apparently gas eats through that Flex Seal stuff too. I figured it probably would. What are you gonna do? But I sprayed it on, and 45 minutes later I was mowing. No, because I sprayed it on, did the deck belt, then I drove to the first one. It was about 15 minutes. First one took me about half hour. Then I drove to the second one. That one took me about 40 minutes. It was the first cut, massively overgrown. So, I don't know, a few hours. We'll just say 2.5, 3 hours. But I don't know how long it takes for that stuff to fully cure. So had I let it fully cure, would it hold? I don't know. Who knows? But I don't know. It's not leaking out bad. I smelled it, and I ran my hands up the side of the tank, and there was a couple little spots where that stuff was liquefied. So I don't know. It ain't pouring out. It ain't going on customers' lawns. That's my concern. I don't want it killing anyone's grass. So I got a few more to do, and good thing they're not specialty lawns. I got a few more to do with that thing. So I'll just keep an eye on it. I'll wipe it off real good with paper towels before I get started, and I'll just go slow so it's not sloshing around like crazy in there, and should be just fine, at least to get us through today. See what I mean by how tight and nimble that thing is? Like, you can get it in anywhere. That little tiny yard I used to push mow, which is no big deal, it's only a few passes, but the fact that I can get even that mower in there and I don't have to push mow even that little one, game changer, game changer. But hey, we got some of those Spencer Lilly Bow Enterprise boys over here doing some landscaping. Let's check them out. Well, them boys doing an awesome job as always, laying down that mulch. They got the coolest trucks, man. Coolest trucks for sure. And man, they do a phenomenal job. When they lay down mulch, you can tell the customer paid someone to do it. Looks good. They do a great job. But that's because Spencer's not on that job. He's somewhere else. The rest of them boys are making it look real nice, Clark. Real nice. I can't believe I'm even considering doing this right now. So all week I've been rushing my mowing because they were saying it's supposed to rain like crazy all day on Wednesday. Then they changed it to snow and they said 1 to 3 inches. No big deal. It's been warm. It'll melt right off. Not even concerned. I saw Spencer and I stopped and talked to him while he was blowing mulch into flower beds, and he had a different story. So I was on the phone with my wife after that, and she said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Spencer's being a Nelly, a nervous Nelly, like he always is. And he's claiming up to 6 inches of snow." And she goes, "Well, Spency Poo is right." That's what she calls him, Spency Poo. She says, "He's right," because she goes, "I've seen a couple different forecasts and they're all calling for 6 inches of snow." So instead of coming here in the middle of the night, pulling the truck and trailer out, pulling this truck in, hooking up to a plow, then backing it back out, then backing the other truck and trailer in, just put the plow in the truck now, right? And it's probably a good thing that I did, because now I'm realizing I have a headlight out. Fantastic. So now I have to deal with that. I'm not thrilled. Not even a little bit. I am happy that I have 95% of my Wednesday list done and it's only Tuesday. Happy about that. But we're supposed to get a ton of rain tomorrow, and the whole plan was fantastic. I'm just going to do mower maintenance. I can get a bunch of stuff done I want to do. I can play around with this Wright stander some more, change the oil on it, hydros, put new spark plugs in it, new fuel filter, all that stuff. And now they're calling for 6 inches of friggin' snow. 3 weeks of mowing. Dirt bikes. 3 weeks of mowing in. This is the 3rd week, and they're calling for 6 inches of snow. I did not want to put that plow back on the truck. Oh well, this is the business, right? Alright guys, that's going to cut it right there. I was just going to take this footage and edit it here on this computer at the shop tomorrow while I was screwing around working on the mowers. But I guess I'll go home tonight and I'll edit this and put this one out. And then, who knows? Maybe you guys will get some plowing footage tomorrow. I don't frickin' know. I would rather you didn't, to be honest with you. I don't want to do it. I really don't. What are you going to do? We'll see you in the next one.